Today in our 2008 Saturn Vue, we're going to take a look at and also show you how to install the SMI Coachlink 900. This is a wireless transmitter and receiver braking indicator set. Part number is SM99945. Now here's what our Coachlink system is going to look like. We're going to have the monitor, the receiver portion. This is going to basically just plug into 12-volt power in your coach, and we'll put it somewhere visible up on our dashboard. Now the transmitter that sends that signal out is going to be right here. As you can see, it's a nice small size. It's going to be pretty easy to get tucked away up underneath the dashboard there. You also have the option of mounting this on top of your dashboard. You would just kind of run it up there during your towing situation and then store it underneath afterwards. In most situations we found so far, we're able to mount this underneath the dash and get a good signal with our receiver, so it doesn't have to remain on top. If it's a very long distance between the transmitter and the receiver, you might have interference, so I would start with an under dash installation and test it out. If that test doesn't work, and if you're not receiving the information to the receiver and it's not showing you when the brakes are on, then you'll want to move that to a more open location like the top of the dashboard or something like that. Now this is going to connect in exactly like the indicator light did that you have. We're going to have our white wire, just going to take this to a ground source using the ring terminal that we've got there, and the red wire is going to take the place of the red wire that's coming off your indicator light now, which will go to the cold side of the brake light switch. So if you're installing this as you're doing your braking system, use this as a replacement for the indicator light. If you're doing this afterwards, then we're going to ground this side. We're going to send our red wire again to the power source for that indicator light. Now to make the connection of our red wire, we've got a quick splice connector here. And underneath the dashboard, it might not cause that many issues, but typically when we operate these and squeeze this down, it does cause damage to our wire. So we always like to replace those with a butt connector. We can do the exact same thing as tapping into the power as what we can with the quick splice connector here, but it's going to be more secure and we won't have to worry about any wiring damage. Let's head underneath the dashboard now and take a look at how to get this system installed. Now in our installation, the red wire that we used for our monitor light ran out to the blue wire from our breakaway switch. It's pretty common with the GM vehicles, that's what you're going to do. So it should be located right up in this area in the grommet that you go through to get outside. You can see right here, it's going to be our red wire. That's what we'll splice the red wire from our transmitter into. All right, so off that transmitter, let's strip those wires back just a little bit. The white wire we'll add a ring terminal to. Now they provided you with a little bit smaller ring terminal than this. You can see we've got a good point right here that we'll be able to use for a ground. So we're going to switch to one that has a 3/8 opening on it. It's available on our website. I should take care of that for us. Now since it is a little bit larger than the gauge of our wire, we're going to strip that back twice as much as normal, twist it up really well, and double it over. That's just going to give us a little bit more wire for our ring terminal to bite on. Crimp that down, and then we'll use our 13 and back that nut off. Place our terminal over and get that resecured. Right, next we'll splice our red wire. Just going to snip it there. There you can get to it. All right, now once we've got this snipped, we can remove, if we're deciding to remove the indicator light inside of the car completely, we can remove the black wire here, red wire here, and remove the light. If you want them both to work, the monitor light inside the coach as well as the one inside the car, this is where you're going to splice the red wire in. Using a butt connector, two will go in one side, one will go in the other side. If you only want the monitor inside of the RV to work, then you'll splice these together with a straight line butt connection. We're going to set it up and show you how you do it if you want both of them to work. We'll strip that end back. We'll combine the end from our transmitter. We'll slide on that butt connector and and get it crimped down. Now the other side we're going to strip back about twice as long, just like we did on our white wire there. Place it in the other side of the connector and get it crimped down. Here you can see what we were talking about. This is going to still provide power going up to their in-car indicator light, but also to our transmitter to send it up to the receiver. All right, now I'm going to bring my ground wire right up to this cable and anchor it out. I don't want it to come over this edge, just in case that would over time kind of rub or something like that. So that'll be our anchor point there, and the rest of it we're just going to bundle up. There's a wire loom right up here we can zip tie it off to, or you can zip tie it off right here to this, whatever you prefer. Now with everything working properly, we're going to hook our vehicle up to the coach, install the receiver, make sure it's indicating properly. Now the coach side installation couldn't get much easier. We've got our 12-volt DC plug. We need to place that in and make sure our red light comes on. That illuminate it. Also going to see a very faint green light right here. Means we've got the power we need. This means that our system is powered up, and the green light indicates that it is receiving signal. Now we just place that up somewhere easy to see. See, the 4 rubber feet here do a good job of keeping it in place and preventing it from sliding around. Now as we're traveling down the road and we apply the brakes and the system activates, we're going to see the 3 LED lights come on, indicating to us that our brakes are applied, and after 7 seconds that buzzer is going to go off. If you decide to, simple flip of a switch there, you're going to be able to turn that buzzer off and just have the visual indicators. If you want to have the audible, just flip the switch the other way, and you're going to have the visual and audio after 7 seconds. Now with it activating properly, that's going to complete our installation of the SMI Coachlink 900, part number SM99945, on our 2008 Saturn Vue. Click the link below to shop, learn more, or visit us at eTrailer.com.